even up the series tonight at a game apiece after dropping the opener of this 6-game road trip. And we'll see what happens here at Minute Maid Ballpark. The loss last night for the Angels. That means the Astros and the Halos tied atop the American League West. Texas, 8 games back. They will host the Yankees later on tonight. We welcome you inside Minute Maid Park and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubiza. Mike Scioscia tonight gets to hand the ball off to Garrett Richards, who was absolutely fantastic in his last outing against the Minnesota Twins, except for one pitch.
Yeah, and in the game before he had a shutout. So he's been throwing the ball well. He has thrown the ball well in his career, especially of late against the Astros. And take a look at our AT HOU versus Rewind. You can see why he was able to dominate the Astro lineup. He had that great command of his fastball. He was throwing in the mid-90s, but his slider was the pitch. He can get it swing and miss. He's been very effective throughout his career, getting ahead of the count against the Astros with his fastball and able to finish him off with his slider, and he's been mixing in a curveball against some tough lefties. So what we talked about before is Garrett Richards is throwing the ball exceptionally well in his last 4 starts against the Astros. 3-1 mark, an ERA under 1.70, 34 punch-outs in 27 innings pitched. That's a big thing for him because he gets ahead of the count. A lot of 0-2 counts, finish him off with a slider. Also, very good ERA here at Minute Maid, 1.80 in his last 4 times out here in Houston.
The Halos will face the youngster Lance McCullers Jr. No Mike Trout in the lineup, but there's a lot of new names in that lineup. When we return here to Minute Maid, we'll talk about the newest Angels acquisitions. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. By Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. By Foster Farms Fresh and Natural, locally grown and no added hormones. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Two Davids acquired yesterday, and the Angels obviously has a lot of new faces already over the last couple of days.
Well, they're a lot more athletic in the outfield now. It gives Mike Scioscia that option to interchange some parts. Obviously, go lefty-righty combination with Shane Victorino. He's a 4-time Gold Glove winner. He's won 2 World Championships.
David DeJesus and David Murphy, 1 home run away apiece from the century mark, and they can run a little bit. They can play some outstanding defense. Versatility is the name of these trades right now, and it's really helped out Mike Scioscia. He really liked the fact that he had some opportunities yesterday with Victorino in to run. Now he'll be able to do so more with DeJesus and Murphy today.
Halos needed a couple of roster spots. Daniel Robertson, Efren Navarro, both optioned down, although Efren's still in limbo, but he is still on that 40-man roster. We're just about ready for baseball here in Houston. Sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. This 3-game series. It's kind of been an odd stretch of games here for the Halos over the last week or thereabouts after getting off to a terrific start after the All-Star break. But they dropped the opener last night. There's Mike Trout and his roommate getting ready for tonight's game. Trout, of course, not in the lineup, still dealing with that sore wrist, and probably a good move considering Lance McCullers Jr. is on the mound for the Houston Astros. A lot of movement and a lot of sink on that pitch that he throws, that hard fastball. And the last thing you want to do, even on a check swing, is kind of re-injure that wrist.
Yeah, especially that lateral movement he can create. And that big curveball that McCullers has be a difficult task, even with the healthy wrist for Mike Trout.
Well, you see the Astros have taken the field, and we will check out Mike Scioscia's starting lineup. This is game number 100, and it is a completely different looking lineup for Mike Scioscia and the Angels. David DeJesus leading things off. He is in center field. Cole Calhoun in right. Albert Pujols at first. David Murphy, the cleanup hitter, left. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. C.J. Crone is the DH. Connor Gillespie at third. Johnny Giavotella batting eighth and playing second. And it's Carlos Perez tonight behind the plate. He will bat ninth as they take on the 21-year-old right-hander native of Tampa, Florida, Lance McCullers Jr.
And McCullers has a good fastball, 92-97, big curveball and solid changeup. And my keys to be successful against McCullers is need some patience. He will walk some guys and throw his timing off. He is a very fast worker. Step out on occasion, just throw him off his rhythm. He's a very intense pitcher. Get him off of that rhythm, you got a better chance to be successful.
Check out the Astros defensively tonight behind McCullers. It's Tucker, Marisnik, and Rasmus in the outfield from left to right. Valbuena, Correa, Altuve, and Singleton from third to first. And Hank Conger, a little surprising, but he is back behind the plate tonight.
Seeing Valbuena make so many solid plays defensively for the Astros at third. You see the improvement each year over the last 4 seasons as far as fielding percentage, 976. This season also has committed 5 errors and turned 18 double plays. Very good arm, good range at third base.
He could certainly pick it. We saw a couple of nice plays by him. We saw some odd plays last night as well combined. But we'll see what today has in store. The Angels now 5-6 on the season against the Houston Astros with the loss last night. The Astros continue to play very good baseball here in this ballpark. They've won 5 straight games and 10 out of their last 11. Jesus ready to lead things off as Greg Gibson gets behind the plate. Tonight's first pitch will be delivered by the UPS store. Halos with the loss now at 55-44, percentage points ahead of the Astros. This is game number 102 for them. David acquired yesterday from the Tampa Bay Rays, and 259 on the season, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. First one tonight, he's in there for a strike. The Colors making his 13th major league start, second against the Angels. 4-3 at 2.60 ERA.
Last 2 starts, 11 innings pitched, 6 earned runs.
There's that sinking action, that tailing action on the Colors fastball. Evans counted 1-1. Made the start against the Angels at the Big A on June 24th. Got a no decision. Went 6 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, 6 strikeouts, 1 run. That was a 13-inning victory for the Angels. Taylor Featherston with a walk-off hit. He was locked up against Andrew Heaney in that start.
Jesus 2 for 3 in his career versus McCullers. Also a .358 career hitter against the Astros for David DeJesus.
Breaking ball, got him looking on the outside corner. There's the first out.
Hyundai key for this game, looking for some offense. Anthrax brings the noise. Go back to swinging the bat and driving the ball, using these alleys, and if you get one down in the corners, hit some home runs against a very tough pitcher. You said when he falls behind in the count, though, he doesn't have that ability to go back and throw that curveball, which is his go-to pitch. Look for that fastball. Bring the noise.
Cole Calhoun swinging first pitch, skies one foul. .275 batting average for Cole. Had a 1-for-5 game last night. The Angels had a total of 9 hits in the 10-5 loss. Houston with 14 hits. That's a fastball that was blown by Calhoun at 96. 0-2. Colors former first-round pick 2012 at a Jesuit high school in Tampa, Florida. His dad pitched in the big leagues.
You can see he's a high-energy guy. You have to try to throw him off his rhythm, step out every once in a while.
Lifting the air, third base side. Long run from foul point into foul territory. Goes into a slide, almost makes an unbelievable play. It's a foul ball, and the count will remain at 0-2.
Again, he's playing almost in the shortstop position. See how much ground he has to cover to full slide, and almost is able to grab that baseball just off towards the end of his glove. Unable to secure it, just missed it. But what an effort, though, by Valbuena.
Pujols on deck. Jesus struck out looking to start the ball game. Cole strikes out swinging for out number 2.
Exactly what I talked about, trying to get ahead of counts because you don't want to deal with this curveball. A very sharp, hard 12-6 break on his curveball. So far this season, he has thrown 34% of his pitches have been curveballs. And it's a very good, tight curveball.
Albert with his usual chorus of boos as he's introduced here. 260, 29 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Takes that fastball inside. Albert last night 1-for-4 with a single and a walk. Brought home a run. Two balls, no strikes.
His count so far this year against McCullers, 429, 3-for-7 with a home run.
Right-handers have fared just a little bit better than lefties against McCullers in his brief time at the major league level. The ground ball into the shift. Carlos Correa has it. Halos go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Garrett Richards toeing the slab for the 19th time this year. We are scoreless. Astros at 56-45 of the season. Jose Altuve leading things off at second. Preston Tucker is at left. Carlos Correa is short. Evan Gattis at DH. Luis Valbuena will play third. Colby Rasmussen right. Hank Conger behind the plate. John Singleton is at first base. And Jake Marisnick, part of Riverside Poly, is batting ninth and playing center field. His take on Garrett Richards, 10-7 on the year, and a 3.25 ERA.
And he's throwing the ball well in his career versus the Astros 5-2 mark. Talked about it in the opening, how well he's thrown the last 4 starts. ERA 1.67. Go-tos for Richards, though, to be successful is that whole ability to put that slider in play at times. Now, he's a good pitcher to be able to get a swing and miss, but this year alone, his slider's been put in play a little bit more so than last year, 15%. So he's able to throw that early in the count and get some ground ball outs. Last year was more of a strikeout pitch only.
Altuve lifts one down the left field line. Eyeball racing over, as is Murphy. This one hits the roof. That's out of play. Foul ball.
It's good exercise, though, for Eric. Long run.
1 ball, 1 strike on Altuve. 305, 9 home runs, 48 RBIs. He had 3 hits last night. A couple of guys had 3 hits last night. Correa being another. Jose with 5 runs batted in last night. One-two pitch. So Scott foul. Count remains at 1-2. Garrett has been very, very good at home. 6-2 with a 2.08 ERA. On the road, a little different. 4-5 with a 4.73. And his 1 start here earlier this year was just okay for him. That was obviously early on his comeback.
And also that 1 start he had in New York where he didn't even finish off the first inning, which he gave up a lot of runs. That's why the majority of that ERA is that high.
Ground ball, weakly hit to Pujols. Albert will take it himself. Altuve retired. And there's the first out. The Angels defensively have David Murphy at left, David Jesus center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield with Connor Gillespie and Eric Ibar on the left side. Johnny Giavatella and Albert Pujols on the right with Carlos Perez doing the catching.
De Jesus out in center field. Has played a number of positions in the outfield and played a long time. 300 plus games career-wise in all 3 outfield positions. The only active player to do so. Also 29 outfield assists from that center field position, 67 of them overall, with a very solid outfielder, David Jesus.
One out, nobody on. Preston Tucker at the plate. Tucker getting the start tonight at the left field. Gaddis was out there last night. He's the DH tonight. 261 batting average, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. The former Florida Gator. Also a product of the Tampa, Florida area. Breaking ball is in there. Garrett last start last Wednesday against the Twins. Got locked up with Irvin Santana. Pretty good matchup between those two guys. Irvin picking up the win now with Cole. Shading Tucker toward right center. Makes the catch for out number 2.
A nice cut fastball got in on him enough. Fly ball out to right field. Tucker against Richards. Get back in the count. That 2-0 slider followed up by a cut fastball that jams him.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Carlos Correa. The 20-year-old had 3 hits last night. 299, 9 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Now with the 50 hits, his first 42 games.
Good life on his fastball early on for Richards. So 95 and 96 with the late action on the fastball, the important part of it.
Boy. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's 1950. Only 3 players have accumulated that many hits. Just a few games. Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, and Rennie Stennett. So Correa off to a very good start to his big league career. Flies one out to right. And Richards returns the favor. Astros retired in order. We'll head to the second with no score. sticks. Murphy, Ibar, and Crone to face Lance McCullers, who had himself a 1-2-3 first, as did Richards. David Murphy hitting .296, having a very good season this year with the Cleveland Indians. Second year with the Indians, 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Originally the Boston Red Sox organization, a first-round pick out of Baylor. He grew up just north of Houston, top of Klein, Texas. Went to Baylor, got drafted by the Red Sox, and then traded to the Texas Rangers. And that was part of the Eric Gagne deal. A deal that did not work out for Boston, because he was awful with the Red Sox after the trade. Gagne was actually pretty good with Texas that year, and made him available. Murphy and Casey Gabbard, I don't know if you remember him, a left-handed starter, went to the Rangers. And then Murph left as a free agent, went to Cleveland, signed a 2-year deal. There's an option for next year, club option.
Got some good career numbers too against the Astros. .314 with 8 home runs.
Reaching for this one, slow dribbler to the right side. Correa comes charging in, throws a bullet over to Singleton. They get Murphy for the first out.
He's a special player, Correa. Covered a lot of ground. Knew the transfer had to be extremely quick on this shift. See where he's at. He's on the second base side of the bag. He has to charge this baseball, not only get it, quick transfer and a firm throw to get Murphy at first base.
So 4 up, 4 down. Here's Eric Ibar, the shortstop. .282 on the year with a couple of home runs and 35 RBIs. Picked up his 35th run batted in on fielder's choice in the first inning last night. 1-for-4 game overall.
And both these pitchers have great life on their fastballs.
That is hit out toward right center field. That'll fall in for a hit. Marisnik over to cut it off. And Ibar trying to go to second. Bad throw by Marisnik. So it's a double for Ibar. Very difficult play for an outfielder going that far to his left to kind of redirect.
Especially for a right-handed throwing center fielder. Difficult play. And Eric Ibar realized that right off the bat. And he's thinking in terms of, I got to get into scoring position right away. Pretty good piece of hitting on a fastball on the inner half of the plate. And then Eric sees that from the center field, reads it himself, and then turns on the afterburner, slides in for his 18th double of the season. Good base running by Eric Ibar. Marisnik's got a pretty good arm too. He has 6 outfield assists, but Eric challenged him.
Crone takes outside. He's the DH tonight. .260 average, 6 home runs and 19 runs batted in. Keep in mind too that Marisnik was shading Ibar the opposite way, so he was a little bit towards left center field. It's a long way to get there. Breaking ball in for a strike. First base runner of the ball game as Ibar picks up his 18th double. Two balls, 1 strike. It's 3-1. Ibar looked like he was trying to time McCullers, get a little running start from second.
So far this year, nobody's even attempted to steal against McCullers. Very quick to the plate, along with a firm fastball.
Connick Gillespie on deck. 3-1 to Crone. That is skied on the right side. Singleton, the first baseman. Crone had a pitch drive there. 2 down.
That's right down the heart of the plate.
Fans, the Angels host the Indians on August the 4th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an MLB Network tote bag while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the stadium box office. You can do so online. So 2 outs, Ibar's second. Here's Gillespie. Batting in the 7th spot tonight, hitting .249 overall with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. Connor 5 for 12 as an Angel. 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in. 2 of those RBIs coming last night. Single and a double, 2 for 5 overall. Got a big hole on the left side as they play him to pull. 3 infielders on the right side. Valbuena, the only fielder, is over at third base.
All of his hits have been hit to that left side of the field, into the outfield. Hit that way.
That is line to right center field, and another RBI for Gillespie. This one will go all the way to the wall. Ibar comes in to score. Connor on his way to second. He's going to try to go to third, and he will make it. A stand-up triple, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Well, he continues to impress with his approach at the plate, letting that baseball travel deeper in the strike zone. Picking up his 2nd triple of the season. 19th RBI for Gillespie. Pitch read out over the plate. That lateral movement, that sink action, became a very hittable pitch. It splits that alley, especially thinking as an outfielder he was going to hit the ball the other way like he has so far this year for wearing that Angel uniform. This time he pulls one to right center field for a triple.
So Johnny will bat with 2 outs and a man at third. He lays off that first one, and it's 1-0. Johnny, 267, 3 home runs, 36 RBIs. We've gotten so used to batting him in that leadoff spot, but with the new acquisitions, back to a more familiar bottom part of the order for him. A 1-for-4 game last night with a walk and a single, 2 run scores. He pulls this one toward third. Valbuena has it. A low throw, dug out by Singleton. Nice play at first, and that'll end it for the Angels. But they do strike for a run on a couple of hits. Gillespie with his triple brings in the run. The Angels lead at 1-0. RBI is a halo. Scoring Eric Ibar from second, who had doubled against Lance McCullers. Now it's Garrett Richards to work here in the bottom of the second with Gaddis, Valbuena, and Rasmus coming to the plate. Evan Gattis with DH at 246 on the season. 16 home runs, 58 RBIs. Grounds the first pitch towards short. Sounded like he broke his back. Eric throws out Evan, and there's the first out. Gattis did pick up a 7th triple of the year last night.
That still is amazing. 7 triples, yet not one stolen base.
Hits it to the right spots, man. You know?
I think so. He almost knocked down the wall in that triple yesterday. He crushed that baseball. He is extremely strong.
Luis Valbuena 196 on the season. There's 19 home runs, 40 runs batted in. It's jammed, fouls it back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. He's a guy that could be a little dangerous against Garrett Richards with the movement that he has and that short porch left. It's only 315 down the left field line to those Crawford boxes.
We've seen him do that a couple times this year where he just flicked the ball out to left field. Late on a fastball, but went that way, especially when it's upstairs. You see that approach he's trying to do. It's almost as if he's playing at Fenway Park trying to pepper that wall at Green Monster. See his approach is letting the baseball travel, slider. He's trying to hit the ball that way.
Breaking ball and a big swing and a miss. That is a nasty curveball. 2 outs.
Yeah, that's good to see Garrett using that pitch earlier in the game. A lot of times you see a lot more sliders, but he's very good. Curveball at 79 miles an hour. Get a big swing and miss from Garrett. You see the finger off the baseball when he's delivering that. Right here, as the baseball is getting out, he has the finger off the ball. That way he takes away some of the velocity on that. But 79 mile an hour straight, 12-6 break up and down for a swing and miss.
Rasmus, the right fielder, 237 on the season. 2-for-4 game last night with a double and a single. Garrett falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Good life on the fastball. Good movement on his pitches so far in the early going. Three-0. There's a strike. Rasmus rolls over this one. Pujols steps in. And it's a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Garrett Richards. 2 complete. The Angels leading at 1-0.
Don McClain for a sneak peek at what to expect for the new-look Clippers in the upcoming 2015-2016 season. It all begins tonight at 10 p.m., and it's only on Prime Tickets.
Looking forward to Paul Pierce wearing that Clipper uniform.
As opposed to the Dodger uniform he wore last night on the ceremonial first pitch. It didn't work out so well.
I'd much rather see him in the Clipper uniform shooting the three-point shot late in the game.
Needed a cutoff man. Good shutdown inning for Garrett. The Angels will set up 9-1-2 here in the third. Perez, De Jesus, Calhoun. The Colors with 2 strikeouts, both in the first. Carlos hitting .219. A couple of home runs, 13 runs batted in. Pulls this one down the line. Valbuena with a diving stop. Drops the ball, fires across the diamond and not in time. Almost a fantastic play. He might get him if he doesn't drop that baseball.
Talk about his unbelievable range he has at third base. And Perez finally picks up a base hit. See that range to dive, unable to control the baseball right away, but still a close play at first base. A good throw, one-hop throw over to Singleton. And the key is against McCullers to get ahead of the count. Stayed with it. Good throw. Hitters in .333 on that 1-0 count against McCullers this year. And a little bit higher on that 1-0 count for Perez getting an infield hit.
Three infielders on the right side. And De Jesus takes outside. He struck out looking in the first.
Taking a long look at the signs from Gary DiSarcina. Obviously, when you go to a new team, you're going through a whole new set of signs you have to try to remember.
Always part of the process. You come in, not only do you have your meetings to go through with the coaches, but you have the signs meeting.
Different indicator, obviously, from where he was at in Tampa as compared here now with the Angels and Gary DiSarcina at third base, given the signs.
Two balls and one strike. De Jesus, a 4th-round pick of the Royals back in 2000 out of Rutgers. Showed you that graphic. He was born in Brooklyn, but he grew up in New Jersey. Got to the big leagues for the first time in '03. Full time in '04. 2-1. Outside. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Always a little frustrated with his release point on his breaking ball. Good fastball count for Jesus right now.
All right, Lance. Here we go, Jake. Let's play for you. Here we go. Here we go.
Check in over at first base. Carlos on board with an infield base hit.
Singleton with the old school stirrups over at first base.
(3-1), and that is Sky down the line, a hooking foul. Right size, wrong shape.
It's getting the bat head out quickly.
Yeah. Jesus had faced the Astros 2 games prior to tonight. The breaking ball is a called strike 3. Throw down to second, and Carlos with the stolen base.
First career stolen base.
Yeah, long delay by Conger. Just waiting to make sure that he got that strikeout call by Gibson.
Same exact pitch he got Jesus out on the first at bat. A backdoor breaking ball. And a big jump by Carlos Perez. gets into scoring position. Base stealers have been successful 23 of 24 attempts against Hank Conger this year.
Picked the right pitch to go on with that slow breaking ball. Here's Calhoun with a man in scoring position. Cole struck out swinging in the first. You were looking at a breaking ball for a strike.
And you mentioned Hank. He does a great job as far as framing pitches. He wanted to make sure he got that pitch for his pitcher more so than he was thinking in terms of trying to throw out the would-be base runner. He did get the call, but Perez now in scoring position.
Good lead for Perez at second. That's in the dirt. Gets away from Hank. Carlos over to third on the wild pitch.
Overthrown breaking ball here from McCullers. That spin in the dirt. Spins away from Hank Conger. Third wild pitch of the season for McCullers. A lot of room down the left side of the infield. You see Correa now starting to move over. Take a look at the most RBIs entered today in the month of July. Mike Trout with 21. Melky Cabrera with 21. But Cole Calhoun with 20. An opportunity to get 21 right here. Ortiz and Kendrys Morales both with 20 themselves.
2 balls, 1 strike. Foul tipped. 2-2. Albert on deck. Infield playing halfway in. Valbuena on the grass at third. And he struck him out with a high fastball that was nowhere near the zone. 2 outs.
When all you're trying to do, if your call right there, just to make some contact. And a nice pitch by McCullers, spanning the strike zone, going upstairs with a high, hard fastball. It's a swing and miss, an important swing and miss for the Astros.
Albert, a ground down his first time out, fouls this one off. He's behind in the count at 0-2.
This is when McCullers throws his curveball quite often. So if you're Carlos Perez, you got to read this pitch. If it's in the dirt, if it gets away from Hank Conger, get a good secondary lead and try to score on a potential wild pitch. Shook off 2 fastballs to go to his curveball.
There's the 0-2 in the dirt. Albert almost offered at it. We've said this over the last week to 10 days. He's been chasing a lot more pitches than we've seen him chase all season long. Very good at laying off those breaking balls. Since the All-Star break, it seems like he's gone after it. Fastball gets away from Hank, but just kind of trickles back. Not a whole lot of room here behind home plate. The backstop. You better make sure, especially with Carlos running at third, you could score.
And fastball, he tried to backhand, which wasn't even in the dirt. Not quite far enough away. Especially with Pujols at the plate, you don't want to take a chance.
Albert shoots one out toward right center field. Marisnick got a good jump on it. And he'll make the catch. And the Angels will leave a man at third. One to the bottom of the third inning. The Angels on top 1-0. Courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. While supplies last, be sure to get your tickets online or even by swinging by the Angel Stadium box office. 1-0 Angels, bottom of the third inning. Conker, Singleton, and Marisnick to face Garrett, who has faced 6 batters. He's retired all 6, has 1 strikeout. Hank last night 2 for 3. Scored 3 runs for the first time in his career. Hit by a pitch, a single and a double. Back in the starting lineup for A.J. Hinch. 235 on the year. 6 home runs and 14 runs batted in.
Hank showing some patience. I talked to him earlier today about scoring those 3 runs. He said he was exhausted after the game, scoring all those runs for the first time in his career.
Yeah, good month of June where he hit .310 in 15 games. .250 so far in the month of July. Two balls, 1 strike.
So when you're pitching against your former battery man, you're always thinking he has the advantage against you. Catchers know your tendencies, what pitch you generally will go to in certain counts. But if you're Garrett Richards, you just trust your stuff. Even if you know Hank's looking for a certain pitch in a certain count, just trust you have that great movement on your fastball. Trust that nasty slider. Even now, I think it's a good opportunity at some point against Hank tonight to throw his good curveball also.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Skied out to right center. Not very deep. Jesus calls for it. 1 down.
And that's also can work against you as a former battery man. You're thinking maybe on that count he's going to throw a slider. So you speed on a fastball on the inner part of the plate for a fly ball to center field. So it can work against you as a catcher.
Well, he certainly looked very comfortable at the plate against the Angels, whether it's here back at the Big A. It's almost as if he gets a little adrenaline rush facing his former team. Singleton, the first baseman, takes up and away. Playing the 16th Major League game this year. 171 batting average, couple of doubles, 4 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes. Singleton out of Millikan High School in Long Beach. 8th round pick by the Philadelphia Phillies in 2009. He was part of the Hunter Pence trade. 3-0. A lot of power, but also a lot of swing and miss.
Watching the game earlier today, speaking of Hunter Pence, made a great play in the field and a solid throw as San Francisco won again. 5-0 against Milwaukee. They're just half a game back behind the Dodgers in the NL West.
3-1. Dodgers hosting the Athletics. Kershaw missing a start tonight due to some soreness in his hip. He'll get to start Friday against the Angels.
So we'll see Kershaw and Greinke in that 3-game set.
And there's a walk. Puts a man on for Jake Marisnick. First time that Garrett will work for the stretch today. Marisnick last night a 1-for-3 game with a single and a stolen base, scored twice. Center fielder hitting .234, 5 home runs and 21 runs batted in.
Worked that big walk against C.J. Wilson with 2 outs. Eventually coming around to score on the base hit up the middle by Altuve.
Mike Butcher out to pay a visit all of a sudden.
Quick conversation. More like is that conversation about trying not to be too fine, especially with this movement. When you start a pitch on either the inside corner or outside corner with that movement, there's a chance it's going to move off the corner.
One ball, no strikes. Singleton over at first base run of the game for Houston. Two balls, no strikes.
That slider he pulled off on the pitch. Had a long conversation with Garrett yesterday about he said a much better feel for a slider. He's staying in that good lane as far as landing on the same spot, keeping his front shoulder tucked in long enough to deliver that slider in the strike zone. But that particular one, his front shoulder flew open.
Lifted on the third base side in foul territory. Gillespie will give it a look, as will Perez, and it's off the dugout.
And always a key for Garrett is to make sure he stays quiet and longer over the pitching rubber. Front shoulders tucked in well there as he's delivered and driving towards home plate. His shoulders were square. It's a much better delivery on that one by Garrett Richards.
Two on pitch. Ground ball slowly hit towards second. Giavotella will flip it to Ibar, and they get the lead runner for round number two. Marisnick reaches on the fielder's choice. Back to the top of the order we go with Jose Altuve coming up.
Baseball hit that slow, you're no chance you're going to turn two against Marisnick. Always important to get that lead runner at second base, especially with Altuve coming to the plate. And you do have to keep an eye on Marisnick. He's stolen 14 bases, been caught 4 times.
For check of Marisnick. Picked up the stolen base last night.
After that play was made at second on the flip from Giavotella, quick flip, you can see Eric Ibar, he's still trying to work with Giavotella, telling him basically to go out there and apply to tag to Singleton. That's your only chance you're going to be able to turn double play. Tag him and then fire quickly to first base if you're Giavotella.
Altuve pops it up behind the plate. Perez looks like he's got a play on it. Makes the catch, and the inning is over. 3 in the books here in Houston. The Angels up 1-0. You just might see yourself in an upcoming Angels broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. David Murphy, Eric Ibar, C.J. Cron against Lance McCullers Jr. here in the fourth inning. Halos leading at 1-0. Ibar with a one-out double in the second, and Gillespie brought him home at the RBI triple. Murphy getting the start in left field, batting in the cleanup spot, grounded out. Carlos Correa in the second. So he's 0 for 1. Two balls, one strike. McCullers with 4 strikeouts, all 4 against De Jesus and Calhoun.
See that good life on his fastball. He can sink his fastball, will also cut his fastball. Both pitchers settle in between 94 and 97 with their fastballs.
Time called.
Like Hank Conger wanted to throw a fastball away, he shook off to a curveball.
Breaking ball, and this is rolled over to Singleton at first. One down.
And with Eric Ibar coming to plate now, it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Talk about outstanding instincts for Eric Ibar. Good swing. Sees that ball in the right center field. Knows Marizic has to go a long way to cut it off. With a right-handed throwing center fielder, gave him an opportunity to be able to try and take that extra base. Cut off that angle, touches that inside part of the base. The scoring position, and eventually scored the only run of the game with that great base running by Eric Ibar.
You're a little surprised that Marisnik did not do a little spin move to throw it back into the infield?
That would give him a better opportunity, a firmer throw to second base. And because of that, he's going across his body. It's a more difficult throw, and it's going to drift towards the second base side of the base.
Off speed, pulled to second. 2 down. Halos had an opportunity to add to their lead in the third inning. Perez, an infield base hit and a stolen base. Cole struck out. Pujols hit a fly ball to center. Cron popped out to Singleton, the first baseman. That was in the second inning. Breaking ball, that's bounced foul.
Just missed that hanging breaking ball. Inner half of the plate.
And that is driven out toward right field. Rasmus giving chase, not going to get there. It'll roll to the wall. Crow got on top of that fastball that was up. Picks up his 9th double of the season.
3rd extra base hit of the game for the Angels against McCullers. 2 doubles and a triple. Fastball that was elevated upstairs in the upper part of the strike zone. Stays with it. Level swing on that high fastball for C.J. Cron. Picking up his 9th double.
So Gillespie will get another opportunity here with a man at scoring position. He delivered with a triple in the second. 4th RBI as an Angel. Breaking ball in there. McCullers made pitched in 6 games at AA this year, 4 starts. 43 strikeouts and 29 innings of work, 15 hits allowed. .897 whip.
That's pretty solid, don't you think?
Yeah, and right to the big leagues. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Opponents only hit 209 here in the big leagues against him.
Still play Gillespie to pull on the infield. Over the top of that breaking pitch.
And that's the one pitch we've seen wearing the Angel uniform he's had troubles with, breaking ball down and in.
Breaking ball, and that's hit to short. This is the shortstop, anyways, Carlos Correa in the shift. And the Angels are done here in the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still, Angels lead at 1-0. Still dealing with that sore wrist, not in the lineup today. Garrett Richards back to work here in the 4th inning, facing 2, 3, and 4. Tucker, Correa, and Gaddis.
Seeing if he's feeling a lot better today. More likely will take batting practice. If it feels good, he'll be in that lineup tomorrow.
Scott Kazmir on the mound for Houston tomorrow. As Preston Tucker takes ball 1. Matt Shoemaker on the mound for the Angels against Kazmir tomorrow night. Angels will have 3 lefties going this weekend against the Dodgers. Hector Santiago, Andrew Heaney, C.J. Wilson. Breaking ball did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodgers in the midst of they've completed that deal with Marlins. It actually turned out to be a 3-team deal. The Marlins and the Braves getting involved as well. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Matt Lato's going to the Dodgers, right?
Yes. But Michael Morse also went to the Dodgers, but he also might have been involved in one or two.
I think he was going. So convoluted now. It's still not done. They're still talking about it. Alex Wood is the Braves pitcher that's going to the Dodgers as well. Jim Johnson, the closer, might be going to the Dodgers as well. The international signing Hector Olivera that the Dodgers made apparently is going to the Braves as part of the deal. A lot of moving parts. Always is when there's 3 teams involved, multiple players. There's a payoff to Tucker. And that is upstairs, and he walked it. Second walk issued by Garrett. It's a man off of Carlos Correa. Take a look at the Honda upcoming schedule. Mentioned the Angels have one more here tomorrow, and then a 3-game set at Dodger Stadium. Night game on Friday, 2-day game Saturday and Sunday. And then next week at home, Cleveland for 3 and the Orioles for 3.
So that's basically 2 starting pitchers that the Dodgers would have picked up with Alex Wood and Latos there too. But they're still in that conversation when it comes to David Price and supposedly Cole Hamels also.
Ball gets away. Dave Garrett missing. So command has become a little bit of an issue here of late. Walked a man in the 3rd inning. Walks the leadoff man here in the 4th.
He quickly looked into the dugout to see Mike Butcher just to tell him exactly what he was doing wrong. Sometimes that's all you have to do as a pitcher, just look in. Your pitching coach will give you a little sign what you're doing with your front shoulder.
Correa with a fly ball to right his first time up. Hits one back up the middle. Ricochets off of Richards right to Giavatella. How about that? The 1-4-6-3 double play.
Ball was hit hard too, right back up the middle. Off the leg with Garrett Richards to follow through. Not enough of a glance to slow the baseball down, it looked like, and plenty of time to complete the double play.
Very close to it, appeared to hitting Chad Fairchild too, the second base umpire. Ground ball toward 3rd, foul.
Think about Gaddis, just like a number of the hitters on this Astro club. They are up there hacking at the first pitch. See how this baseball's hit so hard off the foot, just by Fairchild, and then a nice feed from Giavatella over to Eric Ibar. Plenty of time to 1-4-6-3 double play. Good dance move though.
Absolutely.
By Chad.
1 ball, 1 strike on Gaddis. Mentioned that first pitch swing 39% of the time. Gaddis 322 on those first pitch swings as well.
Slightly different from Joe Mauer and Mike Trout as far as that category.
Yeah, even Albert at times. Two balls, 2 strikes. Gaddis 0 for 1. He grounded out to Ibar in the 2nd. Got him with a high fastball.
Challenged a good fastball hitter and got that fastball by him.
Blue Bayou. 4 to books, 1-0 Angels. per gallon. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com. By AT Universe. More live channels on the go than cable.
And by Subaru. Test drive the all-new 2015 Subaru Forester or go to Subaru.com to learn more.
Gorgeous shot of downtown Houston. That's where Minute Maid Park is located. 1-0 Angels. Another hot one today. Although the humidity wasn't as bad as it was yesterday. Ripping yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Hot. Thank goodness for the roof.
And for the mall we're by.
Yeah. Best invention ever. The roof over a stadium where it's 100 degrees plus, what, 90, 95% humidity? So it feels like, anyway. So Vitello leading things off against Lance McCullers. Takes the strike. 8-9-1 for the Angels. Perez on deck. De Jesus in the hole. Johnny 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second. McCullers 4 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed. And is lifted out to shallow left center field. Correa gets called off by Tucker. And out. Hey folks, on August the 7th, the Angels' Wives and Anaheim Firefighters Association will be collecting donations for the annual Fill the Boot fundraiser benefiting Muscular Dystrophy Association of Orange County. Donations will be accepted outside the stadium gates. For more info, just log on to Angels.com/community. Johnny, a fly ball to left to start off the 5th. And here's Carlos Perez. Infield base hit, his first time up. Picked up his first major league stolen base in the 3rd inning. Only 99 more to tie Albert Pujols. Breaking ball rolled foul. 1 ball and strike. Two and 1. 65 pitches for McCullers, 40 have been strikes. Seems like he's thrown more breaking balls tonight than he did in that start late June at the Big A. Start in which he was pretty good too.
Yeah, as good as a fastball that he has, he throws 56% of his pitches are fastballs according to the Fangraphs. Between his curveball and changeup, 44% all speed pitches. And this is the count where he's had the most troubles, McCullers. 3-2 counts, hitters have hit 345, 10 for 29. He's had 29 full counts.
Three-2, and that is ripped down the left field line. Fair ball headed to the corner. Got an elevated fastball there. Tucker got to the quickly, throws to second, but it's off target. Carlos Perez with a 2-hit game picks up his 5th double of the year.
And that trend continues. How, for whatever reason, McCullers has struggled on a 3-2 count. Now 11 for 30 in those counts against him. Jumped on this high pitch. Fastball, tried to cut the fastball, but it stayed out over the plate. Crushes that one right down the line for a double. 2nd hit of the game, 5th double of the season for Perez.
De Jesus 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts, both times looking, both on the breaking ball.
Good idea. Good boy. Come on,
One ball, one strike. Perez in scoring position with one out here in the fifth. Big lead for him as well. Down low.
So a lot of all-speed pitch to AT HOU so far. First two at bats, kind of looking on the outside corner on breaking pitches. Let's mix in another break ball, some change-ups in this at bat so far.
Another breaking ball down and in.
See if we'll try that backdoor curveball once again against David.
Jesus wearing J.B. Shuck's old number 3. Shane Victorino wearing 18. Sorry, Kyle Kibitza. And David Murphy wearing number 19. Sorry, Efren. Breaking ball down and in. Full count. Did not go.
Imagine if you get traded over to the Yankees. There's no numbers available.
Unbelievable. Full count with one out. Calhoun on deck. Breaking ball. Going off his ankle.
Again, one of those good counts for hitters that have had success against McCullers. Another 3-2 count.
Halos took a 1-0 lead in the second. And triple by Gillespie that scored iron bar. Foul tips that one into the glove, and that is the second out of the
He
inning.
wants to check and see if that ball didn't hit the dirt before it went in the glove. Sure looked like it hit the dirt. See right here.
It's tough to tell on that one. There was dirt kicked up, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Mike Scioscia may check it. He looked up and decided against it.
Jesus has struck out 3 times. Cole has struck out twice.
Hard now. Here we go.
That's the pitch is given. Cole some trouble tonight. Laying off that high fastball. Halos 1 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. 1-1 on the way. Is inside.
One thing you notice when Hank Conger's looking, not only looking at his pitcher, determine what pitch you're going to go to, he'll look at the hitter, see what he's kind of looking for. And Hank likes to go to that high target with the fastball.
Perez at second. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Correa throws that Calhoun. The Angels leave another man in scoring position. Right at the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Halos. in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Halos up 1-0, bottom of the 5th here in Houston. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Houston taking game 1 last night by the final of 10-5. A virtual tie atop the American League West. Luis Valbuena leading things off, looks at strike 1. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. 2 strikeouts for Garrett. He's also walked 2. He's the only 2 men that have reached so far. This is line to left. Murphy playing back. Got a little late start. It's over his head. Misread that baseball, and Valbuena will get to second with a leadoff double.
And we talked about his swing. He's just trying to pepper it off that wall in left field, and does so. Picking up his 11th double this season. Breaking ball out over the plate. Looking to drive the ball that way. Over the head of David Murphy. Leadoff double, first hit of the game for the Astros.
Rasmus, a ground down in the 2nd, is 0 for 1. Just missed down and in. Look for a second off the bat, but Murphy was the perfect spot. That ball was scalded by Valbuena. In the dirt and a wild pitch will advance Valbuena to 3rd. An overthrown fastball there from Garrett.
Slider overthrown down in the dirt. Again, the spin very difficult to be able to keep in front of you as a catcher. The 11th wild pitch of the season for Richards.
Lifted in the air left. Long run over for Murphy. Valbuena looks like he wants to tag. Does so. The throw from Murphy is up the line, retired wide. Sac fly for Rasmus. Picks up his 36th run batted in.
Tried to get behind the baseball well and everything on it he could. Murphy is 49 career outfielders, his 29th in that position in left field, but that throw just up the first base line. Now Valbuena has scored the tying run.
Conger takes outside. 0 for 1 as he hit a fly ball to center. Good action on that pitch. A 2-1 count. 1-1 tie here in the 5th. That is ripped to right. Nothing Gillespie can do in the overshift. Hank picks up a single, puts a man on for Singleton.
And another good, comfortable, confident swing from Hank Conger against his former team. I mentioned before, always the advantage for a catcher going against pitchers he's very familiar with.
The standings, the American League West. That virtual tie. This is game number 102 for Houston, number 100 for the Angels. One ball, one strike. Singleton drew a walk. The third inning. This one's popped up left side. Ibar drifting out. 2 outs.
Jammed them once again on a pitch in off the plate.
Barisnik reached on a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. Leadoff double, a wild pitch, and a sac fly. The Astros a run to tie this one up. There's left base runners in scoring position in each of the last 3 innings. Now Bueno with that double to start this 5th. It was 11th of the season. Upstairs with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The upper part of the strike zone. High strike, it could have been called a strike.
Fouled back off the mask. 1-2. A couple of finals already in baseball. Minnesota lost to the Pirates 10-4. Cleveland all over Kansas City 12-1. Both afternoon games. Same with Detroit. It's Tampa 2-1 Tigers. Good pitching matchup there. Verlander and Archer.
Archer had a perfect game deep into that game for Tampa.
Seattle lost to Arizona 8-2. 1-2. A little cue shot foul. Texas currently leading the Yankees 3-2. The game in Arlington, they're in the 4th. White Sox continuing to roll. They lead 6-1 in Fenway. Heading to the 7th.
Which means the margin's not going anywhere for the White Sox. They're keeping them around. They're closing in on that wild card race.
Troy Tulowitzki is making his debut worthwhile. Toronto 8-2. Blue Jays.
He's at home run 3 for 5 with 3 runs scored, 3 RBI. If you don't go right back with another slider if you're Garrett Richards now.
pulled this one down the line. It's a fair ball. Ricochets off that angled wall. Conger on his way to third, and it's a double for Marisnick.
They decide to go fastball inside. And Marisnick turned on it, 11 double the season. Fastball down, good low ball hitter, Marisnick. Puts that one right down the line. Now you have to deal with Altuve. Mike Butcher's going to go out and talk to Richards right now. For our game plan, what they're going to do with Altuve to place an open base.
I don't know about you, that's a pretty easy decision right now. Go after Preston Tucker.
Yes. 19 pitches already thrown this inning, 70 in the game. Highest pitch count in any inning is this inning for Richards. It's also one of those things that you don't, if you're going to walk them or when you're going to have that conversation about pitching around, just go ahead and walk them because you don't want to take a chance of bouncing a slider in the dirt. The decision is to not to pitch to them or give them anything good to hit, just walk them.
Altuve has grounded out and he has popped out in foul territory. If the optics here, maybe see if Altuve will swing out of his zone, get himself out here. First couple of pitches.
That's the danger of overthrowing a fastball or slider in the dirt. Get away from Carlos Perez.
Already had one wild pitch. Led to a run on the sac fly by Rasmus. 1-0 pitch. Little dribbler foul. One. Slow roller toward third. Gillespie knocks it down. No play. 2-1 Houston. I'm not sure what good laying out for that ball does. You're not going to get Altuve once you leave your feet.
No, the better opportunity would be Eric Ibar with his arm strength. Already going on the swing. Once you leave your feet against Altuve, it's very difficult to even have any opportunity at all. Never blame anybody for laying out to try to knock it down, but look behind you. Eric Ibar may have a better shot at it.
So Altuve picks up an infield single and an RBI. His 49th run batted in. Preston Tucker at the plate. Marisnick at third and Altuve at first. Would be surprised to see Altuve on the move. Leads the league in stolen bases with 28. Takes off. The third down to second, one hopper. They got him in a rundown. Go back home. Marisnick now in a rundown. They tried to double steal here, and there's the third out.
Well done by Eric Ibar. A lot of times you won't even throw straight through to the base, but well done. Didn't time it real well, Marisnick. But Ibar, credit him for that solid defensive play.
Houston strikes for two. They lead it 2-1.
Gillespie with Eric Ibar on base. Triples to right center field for Ibar. Giving the Angels a 1-0 lead, and then Rasmus a sac fly after Valbuena led off the 5th inning with a double. The first hit of the game for the Astros. Scores a sac fly. Wild pitch got him to third, and then Altuve first and third with that speed. Second and third, I should say, with that speed. Infield hit. The Astros 8-2-1. This time Connor scores another run in the series for the Astros.
4 hits for Houston in that 5th inning. And so it'll be up to Albert, Murphy, and Ibar to get something going here against Lance McCullers in the 6th inning. Every time McCullers has gotten into a little trouble, especially over the last 3 innings, he's worked his way out of it. The only exception being in the 2nd when Gillespie got him for the RBI triple, and at that point gave the Angels a 1-0 lead. Albert 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly ball to center. Takes low for ball 1. Pops this one up off the end of the bat there. Altuve puts it away for the first out. Murphy 0 for 2 in his Angels debut. Twice has grounded out. Once to Correa, once to Singleton. Serious quick bite too on that curveball from McCullers. 2-1.
It's a hard curveball. Hyundai key for this game. Bring the noise and then up to the offense now to respond back as the Astros took the lead with 2 runs in the 5th inning. Had some chances, haven't been able to capitalize against McCullers so far tonight.
Oh, cut action there on that fastball, 94. It's a lot of movement on everything.
Yeah. He's got good deception. He's got the arm going, the legs. Very difficult for a hitter to pick up the baseball.
Breaking ball back toward the middle, but Correa, the shift is there. 2 down. Fifth ground ball that Correa has fielded tonight. We'll bring up Ibar. Eric doubled and scored in the 2nd. 1 for 2 tonight.
He does not waste any time in between pitches. Mentioned to try to throw off his time and step out every once in a while. They've not done that against him tonight.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball toward short. Correa mentioned he's been busy tonight. The Angels go down in order. A shutdown inning for McCullers as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 2-1 Houston lead. Richards, who hadn't allowed a base runner via the hit through the first 4 innings, but then gave up the leadoff double to Valbuena in the 5th inning. Astros scored twice on 4 hits. Tucker 0 for 1. Fly ball right in the walk. Two balls, no strikes. Halos with a run on 5 hits, have stranded 4. Houston with 2 runs on 4 hits, have stranded 2. Lifted in the air down the left field line. Long run for Gillespie, and it is foul.
Garrett has faced 21 batters so far in this game. 6 times has he thrown a first pitch strike, which is unusual for him. Talked about that even on the pregame show, how effective he has been, especially of late against the Astros, getting ahead of the count, finish him off quickly. A lot of times in this game and fighting back in counts, he's unable to throw the first pitch for a strike.
Tucker tardy on that one. Oh, it ricochets off the facade in the upper deck, and it ends up back toward third base, but Connor Gillespie has to get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garrett just at 77 pitches, 43 for strikes. 2 punch outs, 2 walks. That is driven out toward right center field. That could be trouble, and it is. A home run for Preston Tucker on a 2-2 pitch, makes it 3-1 Houston.
The 10th home run that Garrett has allowed this year. 5 against left-handed batters, 5 against right-handed batters. A breaking ball that stayed out over the plate. Tucker went out and got that one, hooks that into the bullpen, right center field. His 10th home run, 28th RBI. The 139th as a team, which is tops in the American League in that category.
Oh, 2 count on Carlos Correa. 0 for 2. A fly ball to right and double play ball in the 4th. This one fouled off. Rumor has it that the Rangers are closing in on a deal for Cole Hamels. Carlos Gomez also traded tonight from Milwaukee to the Mets. Non-waiver trade deadline ends Friday night. 1-2. Astros up 3-1 at the bottom of the 6th. Foul back into Carlos.
Impressive for a youngster just to trying to shorten up a swing, just to try to put it in play or foul it off with a Correa did on a tough pitch from Richards.
Ground ball to the right side, past Pujols, and a 2-strike base hit for Correa. And the first 2 have reached here in the 6th inning against Garrett.
See how impressive that swing is. He fought off a tough pitch the pitch before to stay alive in his at bat. And then he got a pitch out over the plate, shoots that ball between first and second. This is a special young player. Cut fastball, Hits the ball the other way by Albert Pujols for a base hit.
Gana shoots one out to center. Jesus broke back, now comes in and will make the catch. One down. And you can follow the Angels all season long with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. Gaddis 0 for 3 with that fly ball to center. Correa stays at first. And it's Valbuena coming up. He led off the 5th inning with a double and scored the first Astros run. Fouled that one back. Big rip at a high fastball. Preston Tucker opening up the 6th inning with his 10th home run of the year.
Certainly doesn't get cheated on his swing, especially when he get his arms extended. He got his arms extended on the breaking ball.
Rolls this one over towards second. Giavitello had plenty of time to go to second base to throw out Correa, but instead goes to first.
Albert was pointing towards second base.
Correa had to stop to make sure the ball got by him. So man in scoring position with 2 outs now.
The way McCullers is pitching, you don't want to have another runner in scoring position. See Albert right there, point towards second. Giavitello takes the out at first base. Always try to get that lead runner.
Fishing guy with that speed could run a little bit. There's Rasmus, 0 for 1, a ground down in the sac fly to left. Oh, 2.
Two pitches thrown out from Richards. Over through that last fastball.
One, two, jammed him, bounces it foul into the dugout.
Jose Alvarez in the bullpen now, warming up for the Angels.
92 pitches for Richards. And a swing and a miss. Perez has to fire it down to first to complete the strikeout, and he does. Houston adds a run on the Preston Tucker blast to the bullpen in right center. His 10th of the year. We will head to the 7th. Angels down 2.
Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast, free quote and see how much you can save. And by Hyundai, the summer clearance is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Astros lead it 3-1 as we begin the top of the 7th here at Minute Maid Park. Lance McCullers back out on the mound. No Mike Trout in the lineup. He's just a spectator. McCullers will face Cron, Gillespie, and Giavotella here in the 7th inning. 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 5 hits allowed for McCullers, but the Angels have had their chances. Just haven't capitalized against them. As Cron looks at a fastball for a strike. CJ 1 for 2, a pop-up and a double to right center field in the 4th.
Yeah, it was a fastball away, very similar to the spot there, the first pitch for a strike.
Some movement in the Astros bullpen as well. As McCullers now at 92 pitches himself. That is hammered foul. 1-2. Left-hander Tony Sipp getting ready. Check swing, did not go. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two on the way. That is fouled off to the right. Got in the seats quickly. Gillespie on deck, Giavotella in the hole. Back up the middle, and Altuve with a backhanded stop. Off balance throw, and it's dug out by Singleton for the first down. Wow.
Well, so often we talk about Altuve and the way he can swing the bat, and that certainly is the case majority of the time, but his defense is certainly underrated. See where he's playing, and this baseball's hit extremely hard, right back up the middle to dive into the outfield grass, off-balance throw, one hopper, good scoop. That's 2 really good scoops in this game by Singleton at first base, but what a play by Altuve. Off balance and still right on the money as far as the throw, one hop to first base.
One out for Gillespie. Dribbler toward the mound. 2 outs. Gillespie a 1 for 3 game now. Johnny 0 for 2 with a ground ball to third and a fly ball to left. Angels have Trevor Gott loosening. Ground ball over to Singleton. Flips it to McCullers. So 1, 2, 3 inning stretch time here in Houston. The Angels still down by 2. chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. As we begin the bottom of the 7th, the Angels trailing at 3-1. Garrett Richards back out on the mound. He's scheduled to face the bottom third of the order in Conger, Singleton, and Marisnick. Six hits allowed. Gave up 2 runs in the 5th, and then gave up the solo run on the home run by Tucker in the 6th inning. Trevor Gott getting ready if needed. Garrett at 94 pitches now. Hank Singleton scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Came in batting .235.
Couple good breaking balls now. Richards against Conger.
Ground ball toward the middle eye bars there. 1 down. Singleton, a walk and a pop-up. Two nice plays defensively over at first base. Not been able to get it going at the major league level. One, see if he would win on that one. Did not. 1-1.
Able to chase breaking pitches out of the strike zone often. 100 pitches thrown. Richards, 23 in the 5th, 20 in the 6th.
That is out toward right field and hit well. Cole back and gone. 4-1 Houston. That looked like another off-speed pitch.
That one right over the heart of the plate. Hanging out over the middle part of the plate. 2 more home runs in this game for the Astros. With 140. Season 4th in this series. So it looks like he's going to go to the bullpen now. Breaking ball is too high up in the zone. Have the chance to bounce it. To the frustration. Hoping that ball stays in the yard, but that hanging breaking ball ends up being a home run.
Garrett is done after 6 1/3. A pitching change first of the night. Angels down 4-1.
cruising along into that 5th inning. Frustrated, but still start off so well in this game for Richards, showing that competitive nature that he has. Now Trevor Gott in the game. That's our who's in, who's out. Aaron Richards out of the game. Trevor Gott in the game. This is his 18th game, 1-0 record season with an ERA 2.81.
Trevor will come on to face Jake Marisnick here with 1 out and nobody on in the 7th. And then Jose Altuve, who's on deck. Guy last pitched on Sunday against the Rangers, went 2/3 of an inning and now and allowed 2 unearned runs on 2 hits. 4-1 Astros. A couple of home runs given up by Garrett. Boy, that first one hit off the glove of Perez and got the hand and knee of Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire.
Trying to walk it off, got him square. See the way he was setting up, but that movement that God has on his fastball exposed to that running fastball right off the wrist area.
Looks like we'll have a little bit of a delay here. Gibson's the crew chief for this 4-man crew.
Now it's time for the top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arcos. CJ Cron thinks he has a base hit up the middle, but what range for Jose Altuve on the backhand, and then falling with Jose, perfect one-hop throw, and a nice scoop by Singleton at first base. One of the better plays you're going to see the entire season. Altuve showing what he can do with the glove and the bat again tonight.
So Greg had it wrapped and is ready to go. By the way, Garrett Richards giving up 2 home runs tonight. It's just the 3rd time in his career that he has done that. Multiple home runs. And the first since September 23rd, 2013 against Oakland. Marisnick lines one out to right center field. It's a base hit. Jumped on that fastball. Back to the top of the order we go on Jose Altuve.
Certainly a possibility of some action here with Marisnick at first, and now Altuve has to play a lot of speed at the plate, and a lot of speed at first base.
I mentioned at the beginning of the show that the Astros, the Angels in general, have just run into a hot home team right now. They've won 5 straight here at home, 10 of their last 11. Feeling pretty good. Came into this series a game behind the Angels. With or without Mike Trout, knew that the Astros were feeling pretty confident, had played with confidence all season long. They've taken advantage of situations the Angels have not. Started off well for the Angels yesterday offensively, but meltdown game for CJ. Just couldn't hold the multiple leads that he had. And then it opened up at the end.
Especially a 4-1 lead early. A lot of momentum on your side.
Altuve looks at a strike. Jose 1 for 3 on an RBI single. Infield single in the 5th. This one lifted out to right. 2 down. With action continuing in the Astros pen, so Lance McCullers' night will come to an end. There's the standings. Texas also winning tonight 4-2. Leading the Yankees. That game the 7th inning at the Globe Life Park in Arlington.
Looking more and more like they're going to complete that deal with Cole Hamels and the Phillies.
Halos in the 8th inning of 9-1-2 coming up, and Perez, and Jesus, and Calhoun. Tucker fouls it back to the left. Home run in the 6th inning. A 3-1 game. A 1-for-2 night overall. 7th round pick, 2012 out of Florida. Foul tipped into the glove. Oh, 2 count. Down goes Tucker. Sees 3 pitches from Gott. That's the 3rd out here, the 7th. They do add a run, the Singleton home run. The Angels down 4-1.
Angels as we head into the 8th inning. Welcome back, Ken French with you, and don't forget, following this one, as always, will be Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Jose Mota and myself break this one down, bring the highlights, interviews, also talk about the latest trade news throughout Major League Baseball. But guys, every time you come to Minute Maid Park, one thing is always talked about is Taos Hill out in center field. It's a 30-degree slope, acts as a warning track out there, but that will be going away at the end of the season. The Astros will spend $15 million on a renovation project out there. They're going to get rid of the flagpole, the slope, bring in the outfield fence from 436 feet to about 409, 410 feet. And are you guys surprised it's taken so long to get rid of that hill, considering the injuries it can cause?
Absolutely. The problem is it hasn't really caused any injuries, major injuries. I've seen a lot of folks stumbling and on the blooper reels, maybe.
Exactly. I still remember, I think it was Dave Roberts in center field for the Dodgers, stumbling up the hill and then reaching over the fence to keep that streak going of Eric Gagne as far as consecutive saves.
Wasn't a big fan of it when it first came into play. Pat Neshek taking over on the mound for Lance McCullers. Perez, De Jesus, and Calhoun here in the 8th inning. Carlos, a nice game, a single and a double. McCullers went 7 innings tonight, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 1 run. Neshek, one of the few relievers that did not pitch last night in Houston. He's that slider, and it's 1-2.
And his fastball is around 86 to 91. Slider, changeup. Very good outing by McCullers, though. Excellent.
That is out toward right center field. Marisnick closing in on it, makes the catch. 1 out.
That's a stride of a guy who played football, wide receiver. You can see that talent that he has covering a lot of ground, Marisnick.
No George Spring in the lineup, still on the disabled list. And as we talked to him today, no real timetable for his return. So the Astros doing it without one of their better players as well.
And he's a special player, and he just said, you know, that he's just going to try to take his time. I mean, he wants to get it back out there as quick as possible, but the club is telling him just make sure you're healthy. He's really liking his teammates, the way they're playing the game of baseball right now, the excitement here in Houston.
Tough debut for David De Jesus, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. The skies went out to left center. Tailing back toward Preston Tucker, the left fielder, will make the grab for round number 2. Last base runner for the Angels was Perez in the 5th inning, a double with 1 out. It's 10 in a row, retired by Astros pitching now. Cole 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Oh, 2.
Boy, Cole has not really looked comfortable at all tonight. McCullers got him to chase some high fastballs and breaking balls in the dirt. Running fastball well off the plate.
Cole strikes out. The Angels are down here in the 8th. We're under the bottom of the frame. 4-1 Houston. 1 as we begin the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Jose Alvarez taking over on the mound. Pitching in his 34th game, 2-1 record, a 3.12 ERA, 40 in the 3rd innings, 30 hits, 36 strikeouts, and he's scheduled to face 3, 4, and 5 for Houston. Correa, Gaddis, and Valbuena.
And we're seeing some good velocity on the fastball from Alvarez. 90-92, curve, slider, changeup. Credit Houston. Still continue to hit the long ball, but their defense, we've seen some solid plays again in this game by the Astros. 2nd in the American League as far as fielding percentage coming in this game. They've made some dazzling plays defensively and pitched well. McCullers outstanding in the start tonight.
Trevor Gott worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, had 1 strikeout. Correa grounds this one to short. 1 down. 1 for 4 game for Correa. And we'll bring up Evan Gaddis. Gaddis a DH, 0 for 3. Ground out a strikeout, the fly ball to center. Luke Gregerson starting to loosen for Houston. He's their closer. Another 21 saves. One ball, 1 strike.
Gregerson, unbelievable career numbers against the Angels. Has a career ERA 0.47.
Slowly hit towards short. Ibar bare hands it off balance. They're not going to get it.
Ibar did everything he could to try to make that play at first base, but Gaddis is down the line pretty quickly. At the end of the bat, once it gets by Alvarez, it's going to be a very difficult play. Beats it out for an infield hit.
So Valbuena will bat with a man on. 9th hit for Houston tonight. This one's out towards shallow left center field. That is going to bleed in for a single. To make that 10 hits now. Valbuena with a 2nd. Well, the Angels know what it's like when you're rolling, you're rolling. Things go well for you. They've experienced it. Now they are in this stretch where things haven't gone so well for them over the last 4 or 5 games now. One ball, 1 strike on Rasmus. 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Picked up his 36th RBI in the 5th inning. Two and 1.
life in that fastball to get a swing miss in the fastball count for Alvarez. There's a ground ball double play here.
Down low. Full count. And Conger on deck. Garrett Richards tonight, 6 1/3, 4 runs on 7 hits, gave up 2 home runs tonight. Way outside, and that was nowhere near the strike zone. On a left-handed batter to boot. Bases loaded now. Conger 1 for 3 game with a single and a run scored in the 5th inning. And Conger drives one out toward left field and will stay in the yard. Murphy makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Gaddis. 5-1 Houston. Sac fly for Conger.
Upstairs, but towards the end of the bat, kept it in the yard. Another big run for the Astros.
An infield single by Gaddis, the flare single by Valbuena. Well, you had the base runner in scoring position. You've got a left-handed batter, Rasmussen, ended up working a walk against Alvarez. He gives up a run regardless. And here's Singleton. Homered in the 7th. Singleton went 81 at-bats between home runs. Longest stretch for an Astro this year. Pulls this one toward the middle, and that'll sneak through for a base hit. Valbuena comes in to score. Rasmus to third. And Alvarez is allowed 2 runs here in the 8th inning.
Just reached out and got that ground ball up through the middle. Just putting the ball in place, something at times the Astros don't do real well. Strike out a lot. And you make a mistake out over the plate. 2 pretty good at-bats in a row for Singleton. He's made a couple solid defensive plays also at first base.
Marisnik has the count evened up on him at 1-1. Again, this is Alvarez kind of painting himself into this corner with that walk to Rasmus. One ball, 2 strikes. Two. 6-1 Houston here, the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like Gregerson might not come into the game after all. And Baristic goes down swinging. And the 8th is in the books. Houston tacks on 2. We'll head to the 9th. The Angels down 6-1.
The Astros hitting 2 more home runs tonight, giving them 140 on the season, most in the major. They also have 82 home runs at home. 26-8 in their last 34 home games, in which they've hit 57 big flies. They played very well at home. They hit a lot of home runs, not only at home, but overall. This club built with power and solid defense, and their pitching staff very, very solid this season.
Gregerson is indeed pitching in this ballgame, even though it's a non-save situation. Got ready to go, and so he will pitch the 9th. Pujols, Murphy, and Ibar due up for the Angels. 39th game for Gregerson, 3-1 record, a 2.97 ERA. One of the veteran additions to this Astros bullpen that has been very good all season long. A 2.69 ERA as a bullpen for Houston. Albert tonight 0 for 3. Astros pitching have retired the last 11 straight Angel hitters. Albert with 2 fly ball outs and 1 ground out tonight. They almost managed 5 hits. They had a 1-0 lead in the second. That's all they've been able to muster. Although they had opportunities in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings to add on against Lance McCullers, but did not take advantage of it.
Especially if you can add on against a young pitcher with that confidence. In the last 8 games against the Astros, Albert Pujols is 3 for 30. And throughout his career, he has owned the Astros with 48 career home runs during the regular season, 6 in the postseason.
Looks at the strike. Albert skies one out the left, a moonshot. Preston Tucker at the wall, and that one is gone. A big fly for Albert Pujols, number 550 of his career. Solo shot, and it draws the Angels within 4.
And that's the old Albert Pujols that passed against this Astro club, giving him now 30 home runs on the season. For the 13th year he has done that. First player ever now with 30 or more home runs in the first 13 of his 15 seasons. He had the off-speed pitch upstairs. Albert hits it out again. They know all too well here in Minute Maid Park. Pulls his power, hits it out to left center.
Murphy looks at a strike.
Pretty impressive when you think most seasons with 30 or more home runs. 2 behind as far as seasons of 30 or more behind Hank Aaron.
Murphy 0 for 3 with 3 ground ball outs in his Angels debut. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Always invaluable for Mike Trout to having that opportunity to talk to Albert, especially about the swing, what he tried to do. He had been pulling off some pitches earlier in the game.
Now 5 behind Manny Ramirez for 14th all time. Three-two on the way. Murphy reaching for this one. That could be an infield base hit, and it is. Just protecting there on a 3-2 count.
And putting in play with the shift on, no chance for Correa to throw him out. Here's what we're talking about as far as Albert trying to keep that front shoulder in long enough. A pitch, a hanging breaking ball in the inner half of the plate. And we get that leverage behind that swing. 30 home runs on the season for Albert, 64 RBI. Hopefully his good buddies in that game tomorrow night. And Mike Trout feeling a lot better today, that wrist.
Eric Ibar 1 for 3 game with a double and 2 ground outs. A push bunt on the third base side, Valbuena, and he was calling for it, but for some reason Gregerson cut in front of him, and that'll go as an infield base hit.
Yeah, Valbuena looked like he was in position because he was playing in to take away that bunt, knowing that the Angels need base runners, and Eric Ibar is so good as far as his bunting abilities. And with his arm, Valbuena's right there. But when Gregerson went in the slide, unable to control the baseball, and a break for the Angels.
So 2 on, nobody out, and C.J. Cron at the plate. Cron 1 for 3 with a double.
When you're a closer in the game, it's not a closing situation. You just don't quite have that edge. See if the Angels can take advantage of it.
Been a little off with the command, too. Double that C.J. had in the 4th inning, his 9th of the season. That'll leave it up to count. CJ takes a fastball. 1-2.
Well, coming into this game, Gregerson, his career versus the Angels, he pitched 19 innings. Over 18 games, allowed just 1 earned run in his career. He's already given that up so far on the home run to Pujols, dealing with first and second and no outs.
He chases the slider. 1 down.
took a fastball on the outside part of the plate, chases this slider off the outside corner. Especially against Gregerson, you got to look for a fastball and hope you get one, because that slider is very difficult to deal with.
Connor Gillespie will bat now with 1 out, 2 on. Able looking to strike. Connor 1 for 3. An RBI triple in the second. Ground ball back to Gregerson. He drops it. Fires to second. They get the out, and that's Ibar for the second out. So the Angels down to the last out here. Johnny Giavotella coming up.
Fortunately enough for the Angels, Gregerson unable to control the baseball. That could have been a game-ending double play. Hit right back at him, but took his eye off the baseball and recovered enough. Make a solid throw to Cray at second base. That could have and should have been the ball game. It didn't look it into the glove.
Giavotella tonight is 0 for 3. Slider for a strike. Pujols homer to lead off this inning. Single by Murphy. Bunt base hit by Ibar. And then a strikeout of Cron. And the fielder's choice by Gillespie. Both starters, the pitchers of record. The Colors allowed 1 run in 7 innings. Jared Richards gave up 4 runs in 6 1/3 tonight. One on the way. It's a base hit up the middle. It'll bring in a run. Gillespie to second, and it's a 6-3 game. And Carlos Perez comes up representing the tying run.
Good approach here for Giavotella. Right back up the middle. Solid swing on a slider that backed up.
Carlos has had a nice game, going 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Fly ball to center field. First one on the way. Perez chops it foul.
Carlos would love to do some damage against his former team.
Gillespie at second, Giavotella at first base. That's off the plate. 1 ball and strike. Colby Rasmus playing very shallow in right field, as he has in the first 2 games of the series, regardless of who's at the plate.
Surprising too, especially when you have a 3-run lead. Usually you think in terms of that no double defense, something over his head. He was holding 2 runs scored and another guy in scoring position.
Slider, swinging and miss, 1 and 2. Gregerson ready. 1-2 on the way. And that is hit in the air to left field. Preston Tucker's there. The Angels drop game 2 of this 3-game series to the Astros. 6-3 the final.
Big story of this game. 2 big stories. McCullers threw the ball exceptionally well, and the power which continues to work well for the Astros, especially here at home. 2 more home runs, 140 on the season. Singleton with a big game of the home run, a single, some solid plays defensively. McCullers with a story. 7 very, very good innings. Just 1 run allowed for Lance McCullers. Solid effort for him tonight, picking up another W. Now 5-3 on the season.
Well, whenever he got into trouble early, he got out of it. Garrett Richards, unfortunate for him, the long ball. 2 of them tonight. Does him in. Angels drop game 2 and now find themselves a game back in the standings. 6-3 the final. Stick around.